Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is my first Premier League fantasy football upload for the 2024-2025 season, where I'm going to share with you the draft that I've put together ahead of Gameweek 1. If you're new around here, please subscribe to my channel and give this video a like if you find any information in the video helpful in any type of way. The plan is to go with a 3-4-3 formation, as defenders were really underwhelming in the previous season, so 3-4-3 is the formation that I'm going to start with this time around. In terms of my starting lineup, I have Neto, who starts away against Nottingham Forest in Gameweek 1. He plays Newcastle in Gameweek 2 and Everton in Gameweek 3, so not really expecting much from my goalkeepers. I think I'm looking to go with the budget ones and hopefully they can get me some returns along the way, but Neto is the one that I'm starting with at the moment. I have Ben White in defense, playing at home against Wolves. He started 35 games out of 38, managing 18 clean sheets, 4 goals and 5 assists, so I think it's very important I start with an Arsenal defender. Hopefully they start the season just like they did the previous one, then I'll be happy to own Ben White come the deadline for Gameweek 1. I have Robinson as a differential pick at only 4.5 million. He started 37 games last season, managing 9 clean sheets and 6 assists. He starts against Manchester United in Gameweek 1, but he plays Leicester in Gameweek 2 and he has Ipswitch in Gameweek 3, so picked him as a differential pick and hopefully I can get some returns in some of the fixtures that he has. I'm not expecting much at only 4.5. I think defenders are really hard to come by that can get you some returns at that price point, but I'm happy to have Robinson in the team. I have Guardiola as my third defender. He started 26 games last season, managing 9 clean sheets, 4 goals and 2 assists. Hopefully he starts this season the way he finished the previous one. He starts away against Chelsea in Gameweek 1, but he plays at home against Ipswich in Gameweek 2, he has West Ham in Gameweek 3, and then he plays Brentford in Gameweek 4. In midfield, I have Cole Palmer, who starts at home against Manchester City in Gameweek 1, but he has Wolves, Crystal Palace, Bournemouth and West Ham United as his next 4 fixtures. He started 29 games last season, managing 22 goals and 13 assists. I was doubtful I was going to pick him, but after watching his performances in the Euros, I'm happy to start with Cole Palmer in Gameweek 1. I have Salah in midfield, who starts away against the newly promoted Ipswich in Gameweek 1. He plays Brentford in Gameweek 2, Manchester United in Gameweek 3, he then plays Nottingham Forest in Gameweek 4. He had a very underwhelming previous season, but I think the fixture in Gameweek 1 is a fixture that we could target him for captaincy, so I'm also happy to have Salah in Gameweek 1. I then have Anthony Gordon, who's pretty much locked in my team. He started 34 games last season, managing 11 goals and 16 assists. I think the fixture run that he has also is something that motivated me to bring him into the team. He starts against Southampton at home in Gameweek 1. He plays Bournemouth in Gameweek 2, Spurs in Gameweek 3, and then he plays Wolves in Gameweek 4. So that run of fixtures warrants Gordon to be in your starting lineups ahead of Gameweek 1. And finally, I have Brennan Johnson as a differential pick in my team. I think he's one of those assets that always goes under the radar, but he started 26 matches last season, managing 5 goals and 12 assists. I'm happy to also have in my team as a differential pick. My starting front line has Kai Havertz, who started 30 games in the previous season, managing 13 goals and 10 assists. Arsenal start at home against Wolves in Gameweek 1. They play Aston Villa in Gameweek 2, Brighton in Gameweek 3, and then they play Spurs in Gameweek 4. I think we're expecting some good returns from the Arsenal assets, and Havertz is the one that I currently have in my team and I'm happy to own. Hopefully he gives me some returns just like he did in the previous season. Rodrigo Muniz as my second striker and my differential pick. He starts away against Manchester United in Gameweek 1. He then plays Leicester in Gameweek 2 and then he has Ipswich in Gameweek 3. He started 18 games last season, managing 9 goals and 2 assists. He came alive at the end of the previous season. Hopefully he starts well this time around. And finally, I have Isak as my third forward. Started 27 games, managed 21 goals and 4 assists. He plays against Southampton in Gameweek 1. He has Bournemouth in Gameweek 2, Spurs in Gameweek 3. He then plays Wolves in Gameweek 4. He's on penalties, so I'm happy to have them in the team and hopefully he can get me returns at the start of the season. And on my bench, I have Fabianski, my second goalkeeper, Leon Bailey, who starts away against West Ham United, Kyle Walker-Peters away against Newcastle, and Tuanzebe, who plays at home against Liverpool. So this is where I am in terms of my draft ahead of Gameweek 1. Let me know in the comments what you think about the team and what other players you think I must own for Gameweek 1. At the moment, this is how my team currently looks. A side note, I'll be well invested in preseason matches to see how teams are starting, who is playing and who is not before I get my team locked. but this is my first draft for the 2024-2025 season. If you made it this far, don't forget to give this video a like, and of course, if you're new, please subscribe to my channel as I'll be making these videos throughout the season. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.